In 2022, a crack podcasting unit was sent to Twitter jail for copyright infringement they didn't commit. These men just barely escaped from a minimum security outhouse to the social media underground.
Whoa, come on. This is the exact same intro we used last episode. This is episode 2. We're supposed to be doing our new ideas. Why are we doing the same shit again?
What are you on about? We aren't repeating it.
This is the exact same sound clip. We recorded it last month and then put it as the opener to our season 2 launch. This is word for word. We're going to get a second copyright strike against ourselves.
No, I see your misconception here, Dante. You see, this isn't the same as last month's. This is the all-new remastered Season 2, Episode 1. Completely different thing, completely different. Just
Remaster?
Yeah, basically, it's exactly, it's what the fans have demanded. It's remastered, and it's the fans this is really for, who enjoyed last month's podcast episode. Think it was a classic. They want it remastered.
I'm pretty sure you mean fan, singular.
Well, I mean, yeah, that particular listener that listened last month is going to love. It's been crying out for a remaster.
Okay, now what are you on about, really? This is not a thing at all. What's different about it?
It's a whole new experience. What are you on about?
How is it different?
Because for a start, it's been remastered for next gen consoles.
How? It's just pure audio.
Well, if you have a top-notch gaming PC or PlayStation 5 or Series X, you could listen to it on Spotify or YouTube app. So it's technically a next-gen experience on a next-gen device.
But they could always do that. I mean, no one ever did. According to our analytics, they didn't do that anyway, but they could.
Yeah, but this version is also in 4K, Dante, 4K.
Okay, are we doing some kind of new improved visuals for the YouTube version?
No, but the audio is upscaled to 4K rendering as opposed to the base 1080p, obviously. And plus, you can now play it in 60 FPS if you want to.
But there's no actual video content. There's not going to be any difference at all.
Oh, this is embarrassing. Dante, you're supposed to be a gamer, right? You should know the difference between a 30 FPS cap and a 60 FPS cap. Pfft, honestly.
Just ignore that. You do not call me a noob. How about the fact that this came out like 4 weeks ago and we are recycling the same content again so soon? Most people have only just listened to it.
And loved it, no doubt. That's what we got to remember, which is why we are doing the remaster. You see, last month's episode was a classic, a stone cold classic. The fans are demanding that same content again with minimal tweaks, and they want it really quickly. So, like, if Sony can do it with The Last of Us Part 2, we sure as Abby can do it for the Jambags episode 2. Yeah?
Yeah, but aren't people complaining about that online and making it some sort of internet meme as well?
Yeah, so they said the same thing about Part 1 and then bought a ton of copies. They'll do the same with Part 2 and complain while they do so. It's foolproof.
Oh, I feel so cheap, so very exploitative. I feel dirty. It's like just a very cheap re-release.
Or, put it this way, it will mean less work for us.
Less work? Huh.
They, still ignored by the government, they occasionally post things on what was known as Twitter. If you need a podcast, or just a few jokes about male anatomy, and they can be bothered to help you, maybe you can hire the Jambags.
Hey Jambaggers, and welcome to Season 2, Episode 1 Remaster. Yeah, it's
remaster! Definitely not just the same thing again.
Again, as always, you've got myself, Rude Manchego, and under the co-host you have
Dante Rodriguez, with a little bit of a gruff voice this month. Not feeling brilliant.
Your voice is a bit different. Have you been training vocally or?
I do a lot of sort of training courses for work, but yeah, no, it's I've just seemed to have picked up a sort of headachy, buggy type thing. So I'm trying not to kind of give it to you here in Jambags HQ. But
yeah,
no
I
promises.
will say I'm finding it a bit hard. I mean, I don't normally say this on the bit. You're sounding a little bit huskier, dare I say, a little bit sexier with this voice, bummed up. I mean, the weeping nose and eyes are possibly ruining it a little bit, but
yeah, no, don't imagine about how it looks. That's why it's definitely good that we're not screaming this in 4K.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah,
I mean, audio 4K only. But.
Yeah, it's audio 4K only. But I mean, yeah, I'm finding it. I mean, you know, try saying something like Emperor Palpatine for me.
Ooh, okay. Wipe them out, all of them.
Ooh, that is, yeah, it's doing stuff to me. What about
It is a pathway to some techniques which some would seem unnatural.
Oh, yeah, that's
close to
now,
the
could you do that voice, but with also a West Country tinge?
Here, wipe them out, all of them.
Oof! Tell you what, nailed it. Yeah, that's. Oof. You know what? I reckon we're going to get a lot of thirsty listeners from that. This is the definition of thirst trap. I think.
When you say thirsty listeners, you basically mean like you and the filthy assistant spamming me again, right?
Yeah, I haven't had a drink in a while. So thirsty it is, isn't it? Right,
thirsty.
But so since you're poorly, what better time to do than play some games? What are you playing?
Play some games. Well, I have, and long-time Jambaggers will know that this is a long-going saga. I have finally completed Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Good Lord Almighty! Really?
I know. I pretty much bought it like the week after I got my Series X. So I've had that a long time. It's been a long time coming. So yeah, I've been looking for something new. I am thinking that if I play the Alan Wake remaster, by the time I'm done playing the Alan Wake remaster, Alan Wake 2 might have found its way into a sale of some sort. But yeah, that's kind of my thinking there.
I thought you were going to assess with the time it took you to play Assassin's Creed Valhalla. By the time you finished Alan Wake 2, Alan Wake 3 may have been developed and come out, even with a 10-year delay, like the original. Yeah, Alan Wake 2 is on my Christmas Prezi list. Obviously, it's not physical, so I've got to buy it, digitally. But Remedy are quite renowned for their games dropping in price quite quickly. That's one of the
they do seem to,
yeah. So Control and Quantum Break all dropped pretty quickly in price. So.
Well, yeah. I mean, I pre-ordered Control and I kicked myself like a month later. It was like half the price. So I think
we've got an entire sketch based on that when it released, didn't we?
I think
possibly.
we do. But we probably do. And the fact that they released their DLC but they didn't give you the upgraded version for free because I had it for too long. Something like that. But it really, that I spent that time in that institution, didn't I?
Yeah, but it's not, you're doing well. You moved on a little bit.
Fly, Agent Manchego. Sorry, flashbacks, right?
Yeah. But that's cool. Anything else you've been playing?
Sort of just chill games at the moment because I'm not feeling that well. I've been gone back to Forza Horizon 3, back to Australia.
That's quite like
those. It does have some cars in it and time travel, which is the main kind of focus of the game for me because I really can't pilot a car around a course very well. I'm all the time there, but it's fun. It's nice. It's pretty. It's sort of like a stopgap game, if you like. I did pick up the Metal Gear Solid remaster as well, which again is not really all that different to the PS1 version that I have of Metal Gear Solid. But I was going to give those games a bit more of a try. I mean, they have got a very big cult following, and I was hoping to maybe see what the magic's all about.
Yeah, I've determined to go back and play my GameCube copy of Twin Snakes, which is the GameCube remake of Metal Gear Solid 1. And
That's cool.
To be quite clear, I never will because I've had that on my list to play for about 6 years. But, it's always one of those games that I enjoyed Metal Gear Solid 5. I put a lot of time into that. But I've never really managed to get into the other games, even though I think I own them all in various guises. But in my retro collection,
I think I've got 2 and 3 on the Vita as well.
Me too. I think I've got it on the PS2, and I've got 4 for the PS3, and I've got PSP, Peace Walker. Never played that either, but they look nice on the shelf.
They do, and that is what gaming's all about. Things looking nice on the shelf. Yeah. So what have you been playing lately? What games have been in your library?
I am slowly but surely finishing Final Fantasy 16 on the PS5. I've been playing it I bought it pretty close to launch, played it for a bit, then went on holiday and then come back to it for a while. I've been playing it. What's really frustrating me is that the clock counter on the PS5 is telling me that I've still only put about 32 hours into it. But I'm like 85, 90% through the story, according to the same metric.
Yeah.
I'm fairly close. I've actually put about close to 60 or 70 hours into it because I've done everything in the game. like all the side quests. So it's long, but I'm getting a bit frustrated. It only feels like I've only put like 30 hours. And it's like I haven't. But anyway, it's really good. It's over the top. It's ridiculous, but it's fun and entertaining. I've been playing that, and I've also been playing dual wielding a bit of Dead Space Remake on the PC when I get a chance myself. It is quite scary, so I have to be, because it's in the office, I have to be careful any kids aren't going to wander in. So I have to check on that. And I've also been playing on the old handhelds new RoboCop game, which is...
I've actually been playing that. I was just about to say, I forgot about the RoboCop game.
Yeah, which is cock-shootingly good.
Yes, I love good shooting people in the cock. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it is fun and it's very funny. It's really hit the vibe of the satirical stuff and the silliness, and the side quests are just ridiculously silly. It's just great. It's a really fun game. I'm really enjoying it. So
absolutely, I really needed the game like that, and once I'm feeling a bit better, I'll be full scale back into that one, I reckon.
Yeah. So that's kind of it. But I mean, it's end of the year nearly, and we've had some recommendations. People saying, "Are you going to do an end of the year like best games of the year special?" And maybe, but we probably need to think about our Christmas special as it is, because it's moving forward. But which we should be coming out just before Crimbles. But
probably need to play some of what are considered the best games of the year, which I haven't gotten around to yet. I was hoping
yours is still, as it was last year, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, because it's pretty much all you've played.
Pretty much all I play. I was hoping to play Spider-Man 2 before the end of the year, but again, Black Friday let me down again.
Yeah, me too. That's going to have to be a Christmas present, I think, because I ain't spending no 70 quid. Know what I'm saying?
That's a lot of money.
A loved one can spend it on them, me instead. That's the point.
Yes.
I always get some PlayStation vouchers from a random auntie somewhere or something like that. So
that's nice. We'll see what happens with that. But yeah, I mean, I suppose I've been given a fairly big present this year as a big part of the deposit for my new house. So it's been
a visit you got a new house coming, and some housewarming gifts are on their way.
Ooh,
just going to tell you right now. So that's not to unveil what you've actually got in the podcast, but I'm pretty pleased with one of them. Sweet. And it's not just a tea towel.
So is it that thing over in the corner in Jambags HQ that smells a bit like petrol and has this kind of greasy tarp over it?
Well, can you see it right now?
Not really.
Well, there you go then. It's in the post. And I could have given it to you, but it's in the post because it makes it more sound exciting.
Yeah.
So, but it's also been a very busy news stories period. So we have got some juicy news stories. Should we get into them?
Juicy news. It is time for that news, I believe. And hello, Jambaggers. Welcome to From the Jambags, the monthly news segment where we go through all the best news nuggets for your ear holes. And we have some absolute treats for you this month, don't we, Rudy?
You know what? It's been a depressing year in everything, but it's also been, from a gaming perspective, jam-packed, as we like to say here. And this is no different. In fact, normally, we're looking out for the best stories. There was too much to fit in this month. We could have just been rambling on the rest of the podcast, but we're not going to do that because we've got things to do. So, and
a lot happened while we were having our little break as well. So,
there was quite a lot happened there, and we are absolutely not really going to cover most of it because it's in the past now, and no one cares about that. If it's more than 5 minutes old, ain't no one got time for that. It's
just not relevant for gaming, and we here at Jambags are all about being up to the minute.
We are
bleeding
very
edge,
relevant, absolutely,
very relevant. Tell your friends how relevant we are.
We are, tell them that we are the definition of relevant. Probably. But you probably need to look in an old dictionary for that because like a paper one, not online.
You might not find maybe our logo might be there if it's the one that I left in a public toilet in Sheffield last week. So.
All right, well, let's get into some stories. I've got the first one. I'm going to pick up the first story here. This is like I consider this to be Phoenix from the ashes.
Ooh.
People declared handheld gaming dead. It was
did.
The mobile phone had taken over. The PS Vita failed. The 3DS didn't set the world on fire.
What do you mean the Vita failed? I have my Vita. The Vita is great.
It is the best console ever made. But commercially, some people consider kind of But, you know, since the Switch and loads of stuff's been going on, I can tell you right now that it's got crazy out there, that a record 270 new handheld consoles were announced in the last month alone, beating last month's record, 240, by, you know, a big number, I guess, of about...
30 is a big number, right?
30 is a huge number.
Yeah.
So you got consoles coming from the likes of Sony, Valve, Lenovo, Asus, Ioneo, Blaze, and a bunch of others who we can't pronounce because they're sort of from another country. But, you know, each new iteration automatically makes the previous iteration of their handheld consoles completely obsolete. I mean,
they just bin that straight off, don't they?
Yeah, if you've got original launch Steam Deck that came out less than 2 years ago, and you haven't got the new OLED thing there, then it's completely pointless. You might as well just smash and put on a fire.
Absolutely.
In fact, I probably would advise you guys, everyone to do that, because, you know, ain't no one's going to buy that now. The OLED one comes out that's slightly powerful and more quieter.
Last gen tech, you know, it's just not worth
it's bullshit. And the same's going to go with anything. You know, Sony. Like if you've been playing on your phone, like streaming on your phone, like a gonk, well, you need to throw it out because the PlayStation Portal's out.
You don't need a phone anymore. Now you've got one of those things because they're so useful.
Just take your iPhone and shove it up your ass, basically. But it hasn't come without its own risk. The number of these are causing some issues, particularly among the sort of more passionate handheld gamer aficionados, which I consider myself to be one. I've got a bit of the bigs, but got here a sound clip from one passionate handheld gamer, username.
Is that little handheld gamers little get together thing you do every month?
Yeah, exactly. We have like a subreddit, and this came up on it. So this is from on a subreddit from a gamer username RobinNubbin69. I mean, play the clip and see what you think of this.
Well, I just can't keep up. By the time I've downloaded the automatic updates for a device, a better one comes out, and I've got to pay for that one and sell this one on Facebook Marketplace. My house has become a swap shop. Oh, I just wanted to play and layer over Nier Automata in bed like any other red-blooded incel.
I mean, that's the problem, isn't it? Do you think the market can handle, you know, Robin969 is calculated well. Like, if it's constant change, can the market handle this many handhelds, do you think, Dante?
I mean, the gaming industry would tell us, yes, that this is a perfectly natural way of doing business, but, you know, I feel like maybe it's the bottom's going to fall out of it at some point.
How many have you bought this month?
12.
I mean, I'm on 16. Exactly, and it's not even the end of November yet. There'll be at least 3 or 4 more launches in the next few days and Kickstarter campaigns I need to get behind.
And they've put out a deal for the Switch OLED, and then there's going to be the Switch 2 in a month or two.
There's a Switch 2 OLED, there's going to be a Switch 2.0, which I think is what they should call it, because it's like H2O, but it's not H2O. Nintendo, nice. You can have that one. Switch 2.0.
No, make them pay, dude. Make them pay.
Yeah, this is Nintendo. They'd sue me into oblivion. It doesn't matter. But let's go from one, you know, something about, you know, more choice for gamers, which is potentially pro-consumer, to something that's possibly less pro-consumer, which is that our old friends at Epic Games, not content with taking on Apple, thought they'd have a pop at Google now as well. Same reason before. They want more money from Fortnite. But the court case is getting pretty personal in a way you don't normally see with these big corporate lawsuits.
Bit of mudslinging going on, isn't there?
It's not mud anymore. It's literally fecal matter, and it's not even solid. It's wet, watery, sloppy stuff they've scooped up out of the back of a spicy restaurant. I mean, it's becoming personal, and Epic are now just trying to get any legal point they can get. So, you know, they're not undeterred, as you think they might be, from losing to Apple, and, you know, quite embarrassingly. But Fortnite makers now going after Google, hoping to offset, exactly. And they're hoping to offset its very poor financial performance, as well as, you know, layoffs and the fact they keep, their store doesn't make any money, by spaffing yet more of their money in a public shit show, basically. So latest court documents, you know, the thing is, documents get opened as part of the trials and stuff like that, and it means people like
we get to learn all kinds of interesting stuff, don't we?
So the latest court documents, it's been revealed that Epic have accused Google of making the Android logo a piss poor rip-off of R2-D2 that's probably defective and a horrible shade of green.
George Lucas gonna sue somebody.
And not only, well, I didn't own it, but I mean, Disney definitely going to sue someone. But not only that, but Epic have also said that Google once called their mums something rude, and the teacher had taken their side about it as well. So, I will say I contacted Google for comment. They failed to respond to this recent mudslinging, and in response, just closed down 2 more of their services. So,
what?
I mean, this is kind of, it feels.
They're still punishing you for buying Stadia, aren't they?
I mean, yeah, I feel a little bit like, but every time I contact Google for anything or just, access my Gmail, they just close down another service in response. Like, that's what they do. Oh, you use this? Close it down. Boom. But yeah, it's an interesting one. It's kind of like a really childish, we're seeing quite a different side to the gaming industry. We're used to the money grabbing. We're used to the horrendous layoffs and treatments. But now they're just going, it feels like they're tearing themselves apart.
Really, they're throwing themselves at it. And I don't know what those teachers or judges that I think we're supposed to call them are going to do to kind of keep these people civil, because it is all on there as far as we can tell.
Oh, I mean, it is on.
Like Diddy Kong.
Yeah, it's on. Yeah, absolutely, like P Diddy Kong. Wait a second, has he been cancelled recently? I think he's been cancelled. We can't talk about P Diddy. Yeah, he's been cancelled. Yeah.
But Diddy Kong hasn't been cancelled, has he?
Oh, Diddy Kong got cancelled ages ago. He did some terrible thing. Yeah, no, he...
he got Me Too, didn't he?
Yeah, everyone.
Me, everyone.
Yeah.
I think he was involved in this whole fecal matter thing, wasn't he?
He was... Let's just say some people's feel like, you fling it and shit doesn't stick. It's stuck in this case.
It really
to
does,
everything.
Yes.
But you've got a couple of bangers here, which are...
I have, to round out the news section.
Kind of the biggest news of the year, if not the decade, in a lot of ways.
Yeah. And, it's still, maybe less than a month old, so it's fairly relevant anyway. But yes, finally, the merger of Activision Snowstorm and MaxiPad has been allowed to take place. Whatever court was blocking it said, they've done enough to change it. And, the courts are saying, yep, go ahead, purchase that big old massive gaming organization with all those different IPs and various mobile games as well. So this has made Bobby Kotick very happy. He says that the attention has been shifting away from his, and I quote, all my bullying, chauvinism, and the multiple murders I committed. So,
he's feeling bullish there, isn't he, to disclose all of that?
Well, yeah, I mean, the attention has been so shifted through to this merger deal that no one seems to care, not even legal professionals who might be listening to some of these interviews that he's giving. So, yeah. And it's also made MaxiPad head person Frank Spencer super happy about buying one of the biggest brands in gaming. I think we might have a sound bite from him. Go ahead, let's play the clip.
Oh yeah, it's very great. Oh yeah, Shooty Bang Bang. It's a wonderful franchise. I can't wait to sell it and make it exclusive. Oh no, we're not making it exclusive, not for a while anyway. But yeah, it's great. Very happy. Woohoo!
So yeah.
Wow, that is. I mean, I guess on their side, happy campers all around. Or happy spawn campers all around. Spawn
camper. Can't really go wrong though. I mean, Shooty Bang Bang. That is, that is the hell of a franchise for someone to own. The quality of those games being sort of churned out year after year, all that kind of those massive kind of gaming sales. But yeah, no. So good luck to MaxiPad on that one.
Oh,
okay.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, some rich people are going to get a lot richer.
Get a lot richer.
Going to get away with more. Oh,
get his golden handshake, and then MaxiPad are going to have one of the most profitable video game franchises of all time to get them richer. So, whoop-de-doo, Smithers, as they often say. Right, on to our last new story. Not really kind of related. Oh yeah! Lastly, the latest episode of Shooty Bang Bang is shit in it. Yeah, it's been discovered that the Shooty Bang Bang 23 Contemporary Combat 12 was supposed to be just DLC for the last Shooty Gang Bang, Contemporary Combat 11, Assault on Littles in Barnsley. Early access review copies, they needed the old disc to run, so you had to plug in the kind of the Shooty Bang Bang 11, otherwise it wouldn't work. So again, it was just a lazy cash grab of some DLC, and they've turned it into a full game, and it's been revealed, and people are laughing quite heavily at it.
I mean, I think that's the thing which is really interesting here is that, are we getting into Inception levels of stuff where essentially games are just DLC of DLC of DLC? Because, I think one of the accusations is that, Contemporary Combat 11 was actually, supposed to be pretty much
a remake of Contemporary Combat 6, wasn't it?
Yeah, which in itself, but some people said it felt like DLC for Contemporary Combat 10.
And
could have just been DLC with a few campaign missions. So if we add them all up, is this the DLC of the DLC of the DLC? What is content anymore? I mean,
Well,
who am I?
Who are
am
any of
I?
us, really?
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
I feel like they're...
I don't know what's going on anymore. I don't know if I'm playing a game or I'm playing DLC or I'm playing a demo or I'm playing with myself. I've got no idea.
No, I mean, I think they're trying to adopt the same model that Kicky Ballyfoot 23 is using. Every year you get another version of Kicky Ballyfoot, and then it's basically just a rehash of the last one, but the microtransactions are reset and people have a whole bunch of other things to pay for. So
I think you're right, to be honest. I think it's just a case of, like, it's getting to the point where there's no brazen. It's just like, yeah, shoot, bang, bang, 24, 25, 26, contemporary combat. So 22 is going to be like, yeah, it's the same game. It's just got a new gun.
Yeah, just one new gun.
Yeah.
And it's set in a very, very slightly more futuristic setting than the last
Yeah, and by that, it means, like, they've just set the clock by 12 months forward.
Like half an hour from now. Yeah. So anyway, we really hope that old Frank Spencer and that lot, that it's not gonna, devalue your brand too much for this thing that you've just spent millions buying, and they're just gonna run it into ground with lazy releases.
To then lose a revenue source by putting it onto Game Pass for people who buy on PC and that, which is hilarious in a lot of ways. But and I think, but what I would like to say is that I know it may feel a little bit like we've been critical there, but Frank Spencer, Maxipad.
Yep.
Please buy us.
Yes, please buy us.
We are
please
so
buy,
cheap.
Completely buy us out. Yeah.
Please buy us. This is an appeal to go out directly to the families of gamers all around the globe on behalf of all your loved ones.
Every Christmas, friends, family members, work colleagues, and anyone else that feels morally obliged to are all looking to answer that question. What should we buy for presents?
They may think that buying for gamers is easy, that the shop and online stores are full of items to buy, that having a gamer as a significant present recipient is low-hanging fruit for them.
We're here to tell you that that is not the case.
You see, every year, millions upon millions of your hard-earned pounds, dollars, and foreign funny money is spent on a complete tat that your gamer neither wants or needs.
T-shirts, Funko Pops, store cards, or charity shop finds. They just don't cut it for most gamers.
You see, gamers are fastidious, dedicated, particular, pedantic, demanding, and above all, pedantic.
If you don't know what they want, then you will get it wrong, which will waste your money and leave your loved one feeling like no one even knows who they are and what they connect to emotionally.
It's the present equivalent of buying your child a puppy, but forgetting to put air holes in the box on Christmas Eve.
Ooh. Do you even know their platform of choice? Are you going to buy an Xbox gamer a PlayStation store card? Well, yes, the Fortnite V-Bucks gift cards are right next to the till at your local supermarket, but do they even play Fortnite? Rudy doesn't, because he is a grown man.
What about that awesome Minecraft t-shirt? Unless they're 9 years old or Swedish, they aren't going to be interested. Your local thrift store may have a discounted range of Funko Pops, but ain't no one wanting the Mass Effect and Andromeda ones. Even Mass Effect fans.
So please, this year, reach out to the gamers in your life. Talk to them. Understand them. Engage with them. Make sure you don't waste your money on tat. CEX and GameStop already have too many second-hand copies of FIFA 22.
Because if you don't, you might just find that next year, on Christmas Day, you'll just be receiving a poo in a box. Again. Mum. Dante. Wait, what? What's that noise? We need to get through the last skit and get the readers' questions done so we can finish off the.
Time for that later, Rudy. Busy. I'm building here. I'm creating. Can't you see that?
Well, what I mean, for a start, how did you fit an entire forge in our front room?
Well, Jambags HQ is next to some sort of mystical point. It's details. But yeah, I forge here. I'm building this, and I think it's going to solve all our problems.
It is setting the smoke alarm off.
Yeah, that may be the cause of some of our problems as well. You're right. Actually, yeah.
Right, forget all that. Right, assume the fact that somehow you built a medieval forge in our front room, set the smoke alarm off, and they've got loads of wires and bits of plastic all over the place and loads of TV screens. What actually are you doing here? Because you're not exactly renowned for your technical know-how.
I beg you. And okay, I'm going to ignore that just for a second. So, did you see that news story? I think it was last year. Some crazy guy from Oculus decided that he was going to make a video game VR helmet that will actually, if you die in your game, it will actually kill you as well.
Yeah, no, I do remember reading about that. So yeah, it was an science thing, like how the future of VR could be that you could make something so real that it would kill you. And obviously that's ridiculous. Like, why would you ever want to even explore that as a
something out of the,
set?
the Matrix and that sort of thing.
I mean, so. Yeah.
So I've kind of run with the idea. Now, obviously, it would be a terrible idea to actually have a kill us because, I'm terrible at games. I die all the time. I'd be dead in like the first minute of kind of gameplay.
Yeah.
But I have developed a similar solution that will make other things that normally only happen in video games happen to us in real life.
Right. So I think I need an example of what you mean because what are you on about?
Well, no, I've got one. Okay, so you're walking through some green fields, some hills, or maybe around your house or something like that.
Beautiful.
And you see this kind of big spiky thing in front of you.
Yes.
You might be running along.
Oh no!
But you might fall over and accidentally hit on this spike.
Oh, that would hurt.
It would if you weren't wearing this thing, which instead of it actually hurting all that badly, will make all of your gold rings kind of fall out of your body, and then you have to go pick them up again.
Right. So if I understood the scenario, can we just run this back for me again? So I'm walking presumably at some kind of speed through a very, very green, lush
running, jogging perhaps.
Yeah. Something spiky appears in front of me. I clip it in some respect, and in the real world, I fall over and loads of gold rings fall out of me that I then have to collect in the real world.
And you don't die right away.
Okay. I've got a few. Where are the gold rings coming from?
Well, I mean, you have to pick them up. I mean, when you're kind of out on your travels, if you need to actually, pick rings up when you see them.
So you're expecting gamers to have got real rings, gold rings on them when they play this virtual reality experience. So if in the scenario they're running down a green hill, they bump into something, loads of gold rings come out. And what happens if they don't pick it all up?
Well, I mean, then you might be kind of injured or possibly die. Yeah, well, I mean, you want to be carrying rings around because they're your protection.
Okay, is this the only use case you've got for this device? I'm not.
Okay, no, I've got another one. So, you're kind of going into your shops, various different areas of around town, and you find a place where they sell some mushrooms, some kind of big white ones.
Ooh, okay, yeah, you maybe I like mushrooms. There's different types. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So
I'm not a big fan myself, but but these particular mushrooms, and then if you eat them, if you happen to be wearing our piece of equipment, it will make you sort of double in size, and then you can jump on the heads of various other people that you don't like in the store and flatten them.
Right. So again, let me just recap here. You can go in the store, buy a mushroom. You'll eat the mushroom in game. In real life, you will double up in size, and then be able to commit violent murder on them by jumping on their heads.
Violent murder, yeah, absolutely. That's much better than dying yourself.
Have you managed to get a working prototype of this yet?
Oh yeah, no, totes. Yeah, it's just that one over there. There's like a couple. I'll go through some of the others for you in a minute. That's my favorite one.
So okay, your favorite. So you're fairly certain you've cracked the technology of making someone temporarily double in size and be able to legitimately commit murder.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Simple science, really. Simple science.
Okay. Yeah. How long have you been awake?
Like 83 hours, something like that.
Okay. There's no more though. This is it. Yeah. There's nothing else.
Well, okay. I mean, this one, which I don't think is all that useful or handy or anything like that. But this one lets you do a double jump.
Do a double jump, as in like a bunny hop. So you can jump and then jump again with nothing to push off from except for air.
With nothing to push on, just complete air, as completely happens in all the most realistic video games.
In the game, you can do that.
Yeah, and in real life, you do it in real life. You're walking along, you decide you want to kind of jump up and jump over a railing or something like that. You can only jump halfway up, but if you wiggle your leg at just the right moment, you do a double jump on nothing, and then you find your way over the railing and hopefully don't smash your face in.
Right. Okay. So you've basically mastered the ability to do double jumps in real life.
Yeah, just to defy gravity that way. Okay. Simple science. Yeah, so just knocked it together.
Any other scenarios you've come up with? Anything you can think of?
Well, there is this thing where Fortnite players will now be able to walk towards any wall that they like, bash it with a really safe-looking inanimate object like a robot arm or a big fluffy bunny or something like that, and it'll break the wall down, and they will then be able to remold it in any shape they like into any structure that they can then climb up and, get over a wall or something.
And this is consequence-free in the real world. Like, smashing the walls down of a house near them with some inanimate object, there is no problem with doing so with this device strapped to you.
I mean, I need to do a bit more field testing, but it didn't annoy my neighbour too much. I mean, he dropped the charges eventually.
Okay, great. I'm gonna put myself into the seat of a potential investor or anyone with half a brain cell that has not been awake for 83 hours. And I've got to say, this is the most stupidly unrealistic, unattainable piece of technology a stupid idea I've ever heard you come up with. I cannot think of any way that anything that you could say, or any scenario that would make me want to strap. You're saying that you can somehow break the laws of physics with this in utterly dangerous and murderous ways. There is no way that you, with this absolutely ridiculous notion, even if you somehow manage to pull it off, which, let's face it, you can't, I would ever think about strapping this technology to my face and, by the looks of it, anus. There's nothing you could say that would be able to sell it to me. Come on.
This one here will let you do everything Geralt of Rivia can do in The Witcher 3.
I'm in.
And welcome to the final segment of our podcast, Jambaggers. The questions that we've had from you, the viewers,
people. Well, it depends. If you're watching on our YouTube channel, you are a viewer. But if you are listening elsewhere, like a non-visual pleb, you are a listener.
Oh yes, yeah. Let's not insult all of our audience that don't like to use visuals when looking at. We're happy to have you non-visual plebs. Anyway, we've had some questions. We're going to go through the bag and answer them.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got a couple here from friend of the podcast, frequent collaborator with myself as well, Squiddy P, all the way over in Canada. Couple of questions, one of which is very insightful and says, anything you're looking forward to in the industry? Question mark.
In the industry.
Yeah, exactly. So
it doesn't say gaming industry.
No, it says industry. I think because we are in the gaming industry by the fact we release an amateur podcast about gaming loosely, we are
we're totally a part of the industry.
We're pretty much exact level. Certainly at an indie studio kind of size, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Totes. Without a doubt.
I don't know. I think it's probably something collectively. What I'm really looking forward to in the industry is being able to buy any game that takes my fancy and not feeling guilty that it was probably built off the back of hardworking people that were probably abused or crunched or treated badly or facing zero job security and were going to get sacked immediately afterwards. And that therefore...
Or with executives who are complete kind of terrible garbage people that abuse their employees and that sort of thing.
Completely. So, so that I can...
buy a Ubisoft game with a clear conscience.
Yeah, exactly. I want to be able to go games and not be like, you know what, I can't buy this game because XYZ is a massive douche. I just want to be able to see games that people have produced for the art, for the passion, stuff like that.
Yes.
And you may say, I'm a dreamer. But
you're not the only one?
I'm not the only one, because you said the same thing the other day as well. So
I did.
Literally,
I'm
not the only one. Yeah. So,
but I also said it's never going to happen, is it?
I mean, let's put it this way. What we're looking forward to in the industry, unionisation. There we go. That would be amazing, wouldn't it?
Yes.
That'd be crazy.
Rights for gaming employees, not a little bit of job security for them. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah. But no, it's not going to happen. But it's nice to think about. But anything for you that you're particularly, looking forward to in the industry?
Honestly, I mean, it's hard to see much further ahead when there's kind of so much that's here. I mean, to be honest, I am really looking forward to being able to afford the stuff that's come out, this month that is horrendously expensive now. I mean, a couple of years ago, it wouldn't have been anywhere near this expensive, but
Very true.
now I can't afford all the releases I want.
And you know what? I've also noticed something about the current games of that. Not only are we being stiffed on that, but sale prices, right? I've noticed is they don't put the base version of games up for sale because we're savvy consumers, we're gamers with a Z.
Yeah.
We don't buy the super platinum ding dong version when it comes out for like $90 or $100 or whatever. We buy the base version because it's pretty much all we want is the base game.
Afford.
Exactly. But I've noticed that sales and stuff like that is the cheeky ones, is that the price drops on newer releases tend to not be on the base versions, but on the already overpriced ones. So you're like, oh, right, you want to buy this game. I've noticed it with, for example, Jedi Survivor, which I'm interested in. I'm picking up. Yeah, you can buy that on sale, but it's not the standard version, which hasn't really dropped in price. You now spend the £80 version is now £60, which is as much as the game was originally. So it's like not actually a saving because I would never have bought the deluxe platinum ding dong version. So, it's definitely.
You could say you're getting the deluxe version for free for nothing else, but you're still paying.
Yeah, and it was never worth it in the
£70-ish
first place.
pounds, aren't you?
So it's bullshit, is what I'm saying.
It is a big bunch of BS. Absolutely right. So yeah, just being able to afford stuff again, that would be fantastic. Thank you, kind of gaming bros. But that's why RoboCop was such a refreshing one, because it was like half the price of a AAA game.
Absolutely. I want more AA titles that are well written. I don't need ridiculous bajillion pound budgets. I just want a game that I can enjoy, that's well written, that's fun. It's I'm not saying I don't know anything about the developers or anything from it, but all I can say is that from a cost value proposition, it was a perfectly priced game, which meant that I felt that I could take a punt on it and try something that might not have done. And it was been great. So, I want more of those.
Absolutely.
I'd like more of those games, please.
Yes, definitely going to get a mention in our Christmas Christmas event. So, next question.
Yeah. So again, from Squiddy P, thoughts on the death of conventions, for example, EGX, etc. E3, and a downfall of these kind of events.
Do we think COVID killed it, or was that just the excuse?
I think COVID. I feel a little bit like the conventions were kind of an elderly relative in a bed that you wanted the inheritance from, and what happened is that they were dying on life support, and the publishers used a big COVID pillow to make the job go quicker, to shuffle them off. Like a bit of a.
So it was happening anyway. It just COVID sped it along.
Yeah, and I think you can actually blame Nintendo for this.
Yeah, I was thinking that Nintendo, they set the model of basically releasing a video presentation and not making any effort beyond that.
Yeah, because you used to get like with E3 and like these events, you used to get the whole like, oh, who's won E3, and it'd be like, oh, this was good, but then this was really cheesy, or they didn't release showing, or this was a far better showing from such and such. So basically, everyone was getting a panning and very little market excitement because they couldn't control the timing of it. So they were always being upstaged by one person, or
they were terrible at it, weren't they? I mean, even if they seem like they have a slam dunk, like, okay, maybe I think the last positive thing that came from E3 was maybe Keanu Reeves showing up for the Cyberpunk bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's and from that sort of showcase. But even stuff like that. I don't know. I think all that huge money, because like I can remember, like Ubisoft used to spend cajillions on their shows, and they'd have that, and they'd always ruin it by stupid segments. So people would be like, oh, I'm excited about this game, and then it'd be like, and here's Just Dance, and some people come out and dance for 2 minutes. You're like, what? You have not judged the crowd of people that are watching this. Everyone goes, Ubisoft's rubbish. It's just kind of, it was, but yeah, it's a bit like, so I think there's all that money they spend on it when it's just like, or we could shoot a video, whap it out at a moment of our choosing, and you'll get all the internet attention and buzz for about 3 or 4 days, which no one knows about anything else. And you'll be trending.
My mind is being brought back to is it the Diablo? Was it Immortal or Diablo? The
BlizzCon, where they were like, again, a similar thing, like this big, huge online
Don't
event.
you all have phones?
Yeah, exactly. You think, oh, dudes, like, So I think you've got that, and then there's the expense of hiring all that kind of stuff, like with the fact that, and we've seen it like in the UK and the conventions I've been to, which is that the huge expense of doing it. I just think they're judging that they didn't do all this in 2020 and 2021, and it made no difference to sales.
Yeah.
If not, so they're like, just don't bother spending the money. And I think unless you're someone that needs to find an audience, if you've got a built-in audience, like your big publishers, like your big brands, there's just no need to do this kind of stuff anymore. Also, I'd also mention, I think a big part of it is that we've been successfully thrown out of every single convention.
Every single one
we've ever been to.
I mean, some of that was our filthy assistant's fault.
It's true. A bit like Dr. Disrespect, that controversial streamer, getting thrown out for filming people in the toilets. Well, we went in a lot of people's toilet spaces. And we
even did a review of the toilets in one of our EGX ones, didn't we?
We've always reviewed toilets. That's the thing we did before Dr. Disrespect started filming people. But because of him, I think probably that we've got thrown out of a lot of conventions. I tried to apply for tickets for PAX, East and West, and they've just said, like, no, our toilets are safe spaces. Stay out, Jambags.
Exactly. Yeah. No, we can't have you coming in and toilet raiding. Absolutely not.
Yes, completely. So I think that's the sort of it. I think that's possibly. Yeah, I think that's the sort of it. But I've got one last question, and this is from a friend of the podcast, Metal Shark, who we didn't get a chance to meet up with this year at a gaming convention. Not just because of the reasons we talked about, because we were thrown out, but also because I think he thought the last one at EGX was a bit shit and didn't come for more than one day.
He definitely gave us that impression.
He was just like, sorry guys, nice to meet up, but it's a bit this shit this year. I'm not coming back again to say hello. So fair dues.
Which is completely understand that, because and we'd done most of it by the end of the first day, and we did go back for the second day, but then we spent half the rest of the day out in the city looking for
a toilet for me.
Cool stuff. And a toilet to review.
Yeah, absolutely. So the question about Shark is, with declining TV figures and more gaming crossovers, can you combine a TV show with a game to rejuvenate the pair? Perhaps Among Us, Love Island, PUBG Emmerdale, and Rainbow Six Holby City Siege come to mind. But I'm sure you'll do better. Well, the answer, Metal Shark, is no, we won't.
No, absolutely not. Those are banging suggestions.
I would absolutely watch. I would never watch Love Island, which is a UK love dating program with minor celebs trying to knob each other. But I would watch Among Us, Love Island, where you ejected the people you didn't like into the void. Into a non-atmosphere thing. I would absolutely watch that. And PUBG Emmerdale, with only one person could walk away. A soap where, great.
Yeah, and I'd be all over all of those shows. Absolutely. Yeah, I would. Have we got any others that we want to throw into the mix?
Yeah, but we've sat with our boys in the writers' room, team, and the marketing team. We come up with a few ideas. So here's one. These are collective. Starfield EastEnders. This was one that you had the idea of, having played a bit more Starfield than me.
Starfield EastEnders. So you kind of hop around the galaxy, go to different kind of planets and outposts, and it's full of people who's having a laugh in it, and
that's pretty much
fighting with all their families.
Get off my planet. And
get rid of it.
Yeah, going like
being kicked out the bar and all that sort of thing. And
it's just like, he's like, you're not my space mother. I am your space mother. Something like that. No, I like that.
My sister is my space mother.
Yeah. My idea was Pokemon Succession.
Yes, I like the sound of this
one.
So
this one features an aging, elderly Pikachu who's head of a large Pokemon empire of collectibles, and it's really his bastard offspring who are all fighting over who is going to take over all of his Pokemon collection when he carks it. And it's about 5 seasons of basically bitchiness and infighting between lots of various fluffy Pokemon until the big fat Pikachu dies in season 5, and it just all kicks off and ends forever.
De-evolution going on just there. I mean, you could argue that either of those shows are kind of at the top of their gaming. Pokemon's sort of timeless, and Succession is still.
It's very much part of the zeitgeist. Yeah, absolutely. People are.
So I don't think it would rejuvenate anything. But I have got one more that I was going for, and it was. Yes, Hannibal Overcooked. Absolutely right. So yes, you do the kind of cuddly characters in Overcooked, but rather than preparing burgers and hot dogs and that sort of thing, you're preparing meals made out of human parts, and all the while having to dodge all these different things going on in the environment and the police.
Wow, that's you've managed to
super family friendly show.
A very dark spin on what's considered a family friendly show there. I am impressed. It would be what rating would you slap on it?
Well done to extra crispy.
Ooh, touche. Yeah. And I hope, El Shark, that has answered your question. And if there are any TV commissioners that, are looking for gaming, combinations of gaming and TV shows and have the rights to the games and properties we've just mentioned and are interested in it, get in touch. We will write it for very little. It would be a low investment from a writing department for you guys. It's, it would practically pay for itself from a writing perspective.
Wonder if Nintendo would sign off on Pokemon Succession.
I mean, Detective Pikachu had a hard-boiled detective, so maybe it would be a Pikachu, a Pokemon Succession would be, I don't know, maybe it's something they might go for.
Stranger things have happened.
And I think that pretty much wraps up this month's remaster of Season 2, Episode 1. I'd say, where can people get in contact with us on the socials?
Well, if they want to contact us through the socials, there's a variety of different places they can go to. Starting off with Twitter, there's at Jambags_UK. You'll find the Rudy Manchego Twitter account. At Dante RDGZJB. Also on Twitter, that's the Dante account, and you can kind of converse with us there. We have a Facebook page and we have an Instagram page. We're on Threads as well, so at Jambags_UK for both Instagram and Threads. But I don't think anyone uses Threads, so you don't know that one.
I'm not sure we do. We're on there. We posted a couple of bits. We probably need to start trying to engage on Threads a bit more. But it's
and Twitter, to be honest. But X. Sorry, not Twitter anymore.
X.
It's brand X. Ooh, love that Joker. Anyway, so those are the socials. You can find us. There are message boards on our YouTube videos. So we post this up on YouTube, so kind of you can respond to us on there, and you can leave a review on the podcasting sites. If you do go and find us on Apple Podcasts or anything like that, then please do drop us a line there.
Cool. And if you want to know where you can find our content on past back catalogue and you listen to, you can listen to audio versions. We're on Spotify, we're on Apple Podcasts, we're on
don't be an audio only pleb though.
Obviously, please listen to us on any good RSS feed podcast app as well. You can get a chance to listen to us there. We also put a version of this on YouTube, which has got a slightly animated background, so you can check us out there. And as I said, any way you want to leave us like, comments, subscriptions, massive help. It does help the algorithms, which would be awesome. And I think we can now let you go back to bed, Paulie Dante.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I feel like I have been completely smashed in the jam bags. Bye, everyone. Oh, here. I'm afraid the Death Star will be quite operational when your friends arrive.
Oh, go on, do another one.
Your faith in your friends is yours, innit?
Oh, that's nasty. Oh.
The Sith and the Jedi are similar in almost every way, including their quest for power.
Oh, that is filthy. That is filthy.
Wait, Rudy, is that you?
No, go away, Dante, whoever. Bye.